No one has ever said Cancerians are easy to understand. You may appear gentle, kind, sympathetic, and a patient listener. Then someone asks for advice, and you turn cranky, snappish, and appear to be completely indifferent to anyone's problems but your own. You may wallow in self-pity and complain endlessly about how mistreated you are by the world. Turn another page of the calendar, and suddenly you are back being helpful, solicitous, ready to do anything asked of you. More than any other sign, Cancer is a series of contradictions. You prize security above all else, yet love new adventure. You are the soul of caution, but you're also a courageous initiator who goes out of your way to push over obstacles with your driving personality. What's your secret? Cancer, which is ruled by the moon and has water in its element, can be likened to the shifting tides of the oceans. Like the tides, Cancer is the sign of powerful forces moving under the surface. That surface, however, is quite difficult to penetrate, for Cancerians tend to build up an elaborate array of defenses to hide their deep feelings and extreme sensitivity. Complex, fragile, unpredictable, temperamental, the typical Cancerian needs constant support and encouragement. You want desperately to be loved and approved of, but resent needing approval so badly. Cancer's big lesson is to recognize the hidden anger you carry within you and not allow this to corrode the relationships that give you the emotional support you seek. Happily, when you get what you need, you give the best you have in return. Those who make you feel secure command your undying loyalty. When you really care for someone, there is no anyone can say about that person that will make the least bit of difference. You have a real blind spot when it comes to seeing a failing in those you love. If you could wave a magic wand and do one thing that would make you happier, it would to crack open that crab shell and venture out into the world of possibility. Staying enclosed emotionally and physically keeps you fearful. Cancer's fears are based on the fact that you have a difficult time trusting. You don't trust others or the universe or yourself. One Cancer told me recently, "We've been sold a bill of goods by the stories we were told as children. There is no joy or happiness in life. Life is just plain hard." The problem with this point of view is it leaves very little opening for any kind of abundance to flow in. It's hard to see the kindness in loved ones or the generosity of strangers or unexpected luck in erratic situations if no one has decided from the start that it's a dog-eat-dog world. The most contradictory of all is the fact you're such a nurturer who gives unselfishly to anyone who needs you. Your greatest impact is in human relationships. You have an instinct for making others feel cared for and understood. Amongst your most endearing traits is your loyalty. You tend to be a worrier and a silent brooder. People may pour out their hearts to you, but the flow never goes into the other direction. You are cautious about revealing too much of yourself. You guard your secrets well. If offended, you do not strike back directly. Your method of relation is to sulk, and it is very effective. The technique is somewhat like being whipped to death by a dozen strands of boiled spaghetti. Cancer's symbol, the crab, has a hard outer shell that protects soft, vulnerable flesh underneath. The same is true of Cancerians, who are often crusty, gruff, and grumpy, but possess a proverbial heart of gold. Beneath your tough exterior, you are a sentimental softy who will make any sacrifice for someone in need. If someone asks for a favor, your first reaction will probably be no, but the final answer is always yes. You should be judged not by what you say, but by what you do. You are possessive. Anyone who becomes part of your life will never again be entirely free. You try to stay in touch with your friends, ex-lovers, former spouses, business associates, persons you knew as children. Cancer is the cosmic collector. If you let anyone go out of your life, it is unwillingly and never completely. This reflects your participation with the past. An aura of nostalgia dwells without about you. The events and people of bygone years continue to inhabit your memory and usually grow dear to you as time goes by. You are devoted to family and home to continue to believe in the old-fashioned idea that marriage is forever, even if the events of your life contradict this. It is hard to deceive you, for you can spot the tiniest nuances of behavior. In fact, you are almost psychic in your intuitions. A photographic memory added to intense powers of observations makes you extremely canny about divining other people's inner motivations. Cancerians are crab-like in their indirect approach to intended target. Observe a crab moving on a beach and you will notice its strange sideways movements towards a goal. People born under the sign of crab never take the direct approach. You step to one side, then step to the other side, and sometimes go completely around, but you get where you intend to go. If channeled in the right direction, your normal sensitivity can be a great source of strength. Once you overcome your shyness and touchiness and master your turbulent emotions, your intellect and imagination enable you to become a success in almost anything you undertake. You have the ability to dig in your own inner life and turn creativity into practical ideas. Contrary to the impression you often give, you can be shrewd by canny in business. Caution, conservative in your approach, you possess an antenna that quickly gauges public taste, an opinion, and senses new trends in the making. You're also an on-the-mark judge of people. You are autistic and creative and have formidable intellective talents. This instinct for business combined with imagination is magical for acquiring financial security, and Cancer is called a money sign because of its ability to attract wealth. Cancer people hold on to money as tenaciously as they do to everything that belongs to them. To you, money spells security, yet no matter how much wealth you can accumulate, you never feel really secure. That is true of your emotional security also. A Cancerian never gets enough love and approval. You always need more. It is very easy to fall in love with you, this loyal, devoted, affectionate, and protective moonchild. The inner you. On the surface, you're the picture of calm and strength, but underneath, you tend to feel insecure and inadequate. You are positive that other people know what they're doing while you're just winging it. You also imagine the worst outcome to a scenario, never the best. You are a very emotional person. You are constantly feeling. Hearing a song on the radio makes you feel sentimental, and a particular scent, flower, or picture can jar your memory. You are also extraordinarily in sync with other people's feelings. In fact, you get almost as involved in your friends' problems as you do in your own. When you're close to someone, you believe you are supposed to help that person. Harmony is important to you. Any kind of conflict quarrels leaves you feeling depressed. However, you're definitely not wishy-washy. You have the courage of your convictions and stand the strength to stick up for what you think is right. You don't welcome change and are hesitant about going ahead with something untied. Yet, this doesn't stop you from doing what has to be done. How others see you. Those in your circle think of you as a den mother, the one who tries to fix other people's problems and make sure everyone is happy. They like your concern for their well-being and cherish your wise counsel. But why, even if you follow your advice, do they keep a secret from you? Because they think you're controlling and don't want to be a puppet on your string. They also think you're moody. One minute you seem to care about them, and the next you're crabby and to be avoided at all costs. In your career, you're viewed as someone who can quickly spot an opportunity for financial gain.